Ladies and gentlemen, the Huddle is a place where your leader galvanizes your squad to go out and get the task at hand accomplished. On this show, what is promised is the truth and personality that you will get from host Kenny C and the Real Lil. So sit back, relax, and remember, what happens in the Huddle stays in the Huddle.
Hey, the word of the day, man, is respect. If you don't got respect, you don't have nothing in this game, man. Respect, you can't buy it. I can't assign you respect. You gotta earn it.
Now we're
You gotta
cooking.
earn it.
Now we good. Now we good to
All
go.
right, baby, let's get it going here.
How you doing, man? How's everything?
Good, my man. Just quarantining and trying
Clever
to stay
Trevor.
busy, man. Trying to stay busy.
Clever Trevor's in the building.
Clever Trevor, baby.
Amber,
Welcome
what's
in.
up? We got a few people I know here.
Yes, sir.
Now me wave at everybody real quickly, man. You know what? I know a lot of people texted me. They didn't know that we went live earlier, but obviously with the poor connection and
Yeah.
the technical difficulties, but they were anxious to hear what we had to say about the coronavirus. So I think it's only fair, especially with better quality, that we kind of recap how we started a couple
Yeah,
hours ago
definitely.
with this coronavirus, man. Me personally, I think like there's a lot that's in the air because like every time when you go in the air, bro, it don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
don't know, it's something crazy.
it's weird, man, because, like I said before we were having the difficulties, just walking my dog the other day, like, it just felt weird, man. Just like the atmosphere was, like, so quiet, and, like, I just wasn't used to it, man.
Yeah,
It's a crazy time.
you look outside, man. It's like I am legend out there, man. Know what I
Like we
mean?
said earlier, man.
It's
What the hell are
crazy,
you doing out here, friend?
bro. It's crazy, and
It
it's
is.
just like I'm not used to seeing like only one or two people, bro. I'm used to seeing like being
Oh
in the
yeah,
city, bro. You see
especially
people
where you
moving.
are,
Yeah,
Brooklyn, man.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Usually
crazy,
popping over there.
and over there by like Times Square or whatever, it's
Yeah,
empty, bro. Like
I
you
saw
could
that
film a
picture you
music
sent
video.
me. Crazy.
Hell yeah. But what we was touching on earlier was the job that Andrew Cuomo is doing. Now a lot of
Yeah,
people may not agree with his decision making,
yeah,
but
yeah,
in times like this, bro, like everybody's thinking anything at this point. Everybody's trying to survive. But the
yeah.
fact that like, he's the mayor of New York and he's just basically almost governing the America right now because he's always on CNN. He's one of the most I guess I've seen him a lot with Trump, doing speeches the most.
Yeah, and
And I said that he could make a strong case to run for president at some point
he
because now the
definitely
public know who he is.
that's definitely true because like we talked about before, looking at Trump and Cuomo, how they handled this epidemic could make or break how people see them. And I definitely think in terms of Cuomo, he did an outstanding job and he's done an outstanding job of addressing everything that's needed to be said. And, today, like I told you guys, I don't know if you caught it on ABC specifically, I was watching his address that he made in terms of the $2 trillion deal that Trump and the Senate just passed. And he's basically urging people like, look, this is why New York needs more money. We need $1 billion is not going to cut it for New York. You have the issue of 30,000 ventilators, what we currently have for the hospitals. We need 140,000 ventilators for people that have been affected by this. We are the epicenter of the virus. 40% of the cases are in New York, Leo. So Andrew Cuomo, he's really repping for New York right now, and there's been a lot of mixed feelings I know people have their opinions on the man, but he's done a great job, honestly, in
Yeah, I
advocating
mean,
for New York.
and he's been keeping it real. He's not like these other, cats that's trying to be like, oh, it's okay. Even Trump, I thought could have kept it more real than he was. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like I thought that he was a little shaky. And in times like this, it's like sports. We sports fans, right?
yeah,
It's like this. It's easy to shine during the regular season when everything is cool, everything is
exactly.
showing up, everything is laid back. But once you get to the playoffs, it's a different animal. Are you ready for the playoffs?
You got to
Are
turn it
you
up.
ready to handle a crisis as big as this? And I feel like guys like Andrew Cuomo has done a decent job. May not be the perfect job. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But he has been reacting. He canceled schools.
Yeah,
And yes, as being a senior in college that we both are, with graduations coming up, yeah, we can look at it and be like, yeah, like it sucks. But at the end of the day, we know how everything in New York is just fast paced and moving.
And they did what they had to do.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's not gonna be that everybody's liking. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be like.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like having to be told to stay in. But that's something that requires. It's a process that's required in order to recover from this. You know what I'm saying?
And look at us, man. Like, we obviously aren't happy that we can't be on the WSUC airwaves anymore. But you know what? We improvise. We're doing this right now. We're going live. We're gonna edit the video, post it up for everybody to see. We're still out here grinding, and that really, keeping occupied in times like these is the biggest thing. Because I know my dad, man. He's in construction, and his job recently got laid off. Like they said, you guys can't work because he's in Manhattan working.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, you guys can't work. And this man, I guess I get it from him, but he cannot just sit home and like do nothing. So I'm sure he's working on something around the house because
doing some construction around the house.
Yeah, man. For people that can't, that have trouble coping with doing nothing, it's a hard time. Just staying in your house. You got to find something to do, and that's why I like how we do this.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like because the city and America in general, it's just a 24/7. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta go, right? I'm sick today, but I'm dying. You know what I'm saying? My heart not beating no more, but I still gotta go to work.
Yeah, man. Hey, and that's a quick shout out to the to all the people, 40,000 brave souls, like I mentioned earlier, that are former retired / health professionals, and they volunteer. Even students I'm seeing are volunteering to go help out at these hospitals in New York and around the country to deal with this virus. Like, imagine that, Lil. You work 20 to 30 years in the professional health industry, devote your time to helping people, and then you're like, all right, I did 20 to 30 years. I love what I did, but it's time to be done. And then you take yourself and you risk your life getting the virus, dealing with people that have the virus, and come out of retirement. I mean, that's crazy, man. That's dedication.
I'm glad you brought that up, because in times like this, right? Not that I needed this to happen in order to open my eyes, but at the same time, it's just more clear. It's more to the forefront that these people that work in the nursing fields and the hospitals and stuff like that, and military people, they need a raise. I mean, you paying these athletes $150 million to toss a football and a basketball, and man, and we love it. Yeah, I'm not saying to lower their pay. Nah, you can keep it at that. But I mean, these people in the health professions, they doing the jobs that nobody want to do. Working at a grocery store, nobody want to do that. So I think it's about time that we see the value in jobs that are quote unquote nasty jobs that nobody want to touch. Right?
I agree, man.
Yeah.
I mean, look, there's no sports right now because of this virus. So where are these athletes? They're sitting in their mansions doing whatever.
Chilling.
Steph Curry's doing trick shots with a golf club.
Exactly.
And then you have these people out here, even cashiers, like you said, putting their lives on the line to deal with currency and whatnot and keep the stores running. Like, just simple stuff like that.
All these celebrities outside of being on Instagram Live, where are people like Jay-Z that are quote unquote black people's heroes or messiahs or whatever? Where are these people at? These people probably in underground bunkers somewhere, chilling, holding hands, doing a cha-cha slide, while everybody's out here suffering from the diseases.
The wealthy, man, it's just a fact. They have the edge in a crisis time. You got the money, you got the first priority.
We got some people out here, some new people that joined the live. Shout out to
y'all. Keep them coming.
You feel me? But yeah, man,
guys
talking about this.
And ask these people too. Yeah, what do you guys have to say about it? Drop a comment, whatever.
Thanks.
These are crazy times, man.
We definitely gonna get a call line going, and we can. You know what I'm saying? We gonna start that up probably next week. We'll figure that out. But yeah, man, it's just crazy how because one of my older sisters, she work at a hospital, and whatever she saw or she's seeing currently caused her to go on Instagram Live and shut down all those conspiracies and people that's just nonchalant about the situation.
Yeah.
Because they seen it. You're home all day, right? Now, you it's the difference between hearing it on TV and actually seeing it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, I just urge people to just, stay home. I know some people that just don't get it. They want to go out. I know it's tempting, but at the same time, man, this is supposed to be a time where you
Yeah,
actually
I
chilling
mean,
with your family.
Lil, honestly, and then you have a lot of people that like to work out and stuff, like including myself. So I've been using the time that I have home and just making do with home workouts, bro. Like I
Exactly.
saw some video of this guy, like some bodybuilder type of guy, and he tied like bed sheets. He made a knot and he
Yeah.
threw it over like a door and he closed the door. And you could do like bicep curls with the sheets. You could do rows. You pull yourself like holding the sheets, like leg workouts, pistol squats with the sheets. Like improvising, man, is the biggest thing during these times. Like
And
staying active.
there's a guy named My Son that I follow, and I'll be joining his live. He does a live workout, like he goes live
Oh
and then
wow,
he works out, so you can actually, do a workout with him
yeah,
live, basically. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because some
that's
people
dope.
they just don't know what to do at home, and I'm just
Yeah,
there's people, there's YouTube videos or whatever, just to keep yourself, occupied and going. I
yeah,
know I like to take naps at a certain time around like 6, 7 o'clock. Obviously, I didn't do it today because we was on live, but you
yeah,
know, the quarantine naps is much needed. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I
man.
haven't got
And
so much naps done in my life, and I needed it.
a
There's a book.
class.
There's a book that I showed everybody in the first live. So
Yeah,
because we have new people, I don't recognize the same names from the beginning. Really, I'm gonna show the book to the world. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, at this time, we supposed to be reading or whatever. Some of us don't, whatever. But I have a March Madness book. You know what I'm saying? And the fact of the matter is, everything is like 3D. You can see everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy, bro. Like, look at it.
nah, that's a good book. Like that's a good
Uncle,
read.
shout out to Uncle Sharif. He
Some
the one that
college
gave me this.
basketball.
And this is like the Bible, brother. The book you open, the book is like, ah, like the light just come up on you, bro. I mean, this is the, you know what I'm saying? This is and it's March Madness. You know what I'm saying? So, look at this.
Yeah, nah, that's awesome.
Bro, this is unbelievable, bro. I don't know who got these footages, but I ain't never seen a book like this in my life. Look at Harrison Barnes.
That's crazy.
Bro, this is clear
Nah,
cut
those are some
reading.
sick shots though in that thing.
They are. That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't know where my uncle got this book from, but this joint is crazy.
Yeah.
This joint is crazy. But yeah, man, I urge people to read. Speaking of March Madness, during this time, we would have been able to watch all of these games going on. There would have been like a plucked up games going on.
Yeah,
We
man.
wouldn't have been bored as a sports fan, but
We would have been
unfortunately,
back in Cortland
yeah,
right now.
yeah, exactly. Chris
Please.
Montana just joined. My niece just joined. We getting people here, but
Showing support. Thank you guys.
that's a fact. That's a fact. You gotta support the cause. You know what I'm saying? You gotta support the cause, not the flaws.
Man,
That's what we doing.
we're future entertainers ourselves in the professional realm.
Yes, sir.
God willing. So we got to bring the entertainment now. While there's nothing to do for the
Oh
people.
man, look at this. Look at this guy.
That's comedy.
That's straight up comedy. But man, what do you think about March Madness and that being canceled?
My take on it, what we talked about with Zach, is that it really is a bummer for these college athletes because, they may not have the best of stats where they are now in the season. Maybe they're middle of the road, and then they're looking to turn it up in March Madness and really show these NBA teams, like, draft me, like I'm the real deal. And now they have nothing, they can't play for anything. Seniors, they're done. They can't showcase any more talent. And like I said before, whatever their stats are now is basically what these NBA scouts are going to go off of.
And you don't have that extra in a national audience.
Yeah.
You don't have that. You can't showcase your skills. Some people like Ja Morant made his name off of the tournament.
Exactly.
He was able to increase his draft stocks tremendously. So guys that, they won't have that opportunity. There's probably some guys that were, waiting to unleash during March Madness, and they can't do that now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, as a coach, you tell your players, listen, you give it your all. throughout the whole year and don't wait for the playoffs or the tournament, because you never know what can happen.
Yeah, I mean, like I said when we were live earlier, I'm a Notre Dame football guy. The slogan, play like a champion today. Like, you got to play like you want to win every single day. And that's also like a life motto, like with us. You want to make it big in this industry, we got to do what we're doing now and build our repertoire, build
Exactly.
up between each other and build our resume up. Like, we're doing this, we're going to save it, edit it, post it up. This is what we were doing during the coronavirus. We weren't just sitting around,
Exactly. And, just the effect that this coronavirus have on just everyday life. You think about the election that's coming up.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, guys, how's people going to go out and vote? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
Like,
was a great point that you brought up earlier.
You know what I'm saying? Like, 24/7, life could be rolling and working well, and we still don't go out and vote. And now in this crisis, you think people's actually going to leave their homes and vote?
Yeah, like you said, maybe they could somehow develop a digital voting poll. Maybe that could be a possibility.
That's an idea. I don't know too much about how that would be implemented, but that's something.
But I agree with you, though. Like, you already have people, especially the youth like us, that aren't using the vote like we should and going out to use our vote.
Exactly.
And you had, people back then, obviously, African Americans, they fought to have their vote. So when they were 18, at that time, you're going out to vote. You're using your right. Women, when they gain the right to vote, you're going out to vote. Nowadays, the youth is just way more lax. Nobody's really out there going to vote.
And I'm not gonna lie, I voted like during the last election.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like my vote didn't even matter because, bro, I don't know how much you buy into the Russians and the hacking of the election. I don't know. I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? But it really, if that's what really happened, then it really didn't. I really want a fair share of my vote. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and plus, even the person that I voted for, I find out that I didn't even like the person that I voted for either. So either way, I was just screwed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, that's a tricky subject in itself. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, I gotta practice what I preach because I haven't gone out to vote yet.
I feel.
I gotta, I'm preaching all this historical stuff right here, and I haven't voted yet. So next election, I definitely have to go.
I just hope that when this whole thing is over, that everybody realize how good they had it.
Yeah, man.
Saying, like, because
just even to hang out with friends, like,
yeah. At times, we as people, individual people, even if we have a lot, which may not seem a lot to us, but to others it is, we still get we always complain, oh, I don't have this, knowing your life is pretty good. And I'm not gonna lie, it was times I complained, and with all this happening right now, I lived a pretty good life.
Yeah.
In my estimation, I was living like 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, just basic freedom, man. Basic freedom to go out.
My guy, Rue, he joined the live. Was good.
Josh Ace is in here, baby. What's up, Ace?
You feel me? But man,
we got viewers in here.
Nah, I mean, we getting it up. But yeah, man. I think more people should be more thankful when this whole thing is over about the lives that they do have, and we need to show these people that's working these what are called low end jobs. We gotta show them more love because it's not so low in end. You need them at this point in time. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, I mean, you just really you can't take things for granted, man. And that's why I wake up in the morning. I'm a religious guy. Catholic and whatnot, Christianity. And I wake up in the morning, something as simple as, like if you believe in God, something as simple as like, thank you, God, for letting me wake up, see another day, Just being grateful that you were able to wake up the next day.
Exactly.
Not everybody has that, man.
Exactly. So you just got to be thankful. You got to, thank God when you wake up and see another day. But I want to get into some sports topics.
Yeah, let's get this rolling here.
We talked a good amount with the coronavirus. And obviously we're going to keep on moving around and bringing it in here and mentioning it because it is a big,
as this thing evolves,
for sure. But one more thing I want to say about the coronavirus though, before we even jump, it's just staggering to me how New York has, what, 30,000 cases, I believe. I've seen it today. And the number 2 with the most cases, which I believe is Jersey,
Your
is
state,
nowhere
yeah.
near. It's nowhere near numbers.
Yeah,
So,
they have check the number. I think it was like 4,300.
or something like that. I gotta check the numbers, but I know New York had around 30,000, I believe.
Yeah,
Or
let's
I
see.
might be bugging. You
No,
know,
no, no. You're right. I'm pretty sure we have 30,000 plus. But let me see right here. New Jersey, yeah, they have around 4,402 confirmed with 65 deaths and 2 recovered.
yeah, bro. Look at
So
this shot right here.
it's crazy.
Look at this shot,
Damn, that is wild.
bro. I'm telling you, I don't know where my uncle got this book from, but this is crazy. This is
Some
the
solid, some
college.
solid Barnes and Noble joint or
I'm
something.
telling you, bro. This is the college Bible right here. The college NCAA Bible. But yeah, I want to get to some football right now.
Yeah,
Some anything.
let's get it going,
Basketball.
baby.
Um,
As you can see, Brett Favre over my shoulder here,
you feel
waiting for
me?
us to talk football.
Nah, I mean he's waiting.
Let's
Tom
get it.
Brady. We talked about it earlier. You know, does
Yeah.
Tom Brady increase his chances of winning another championship by joining the Buccaneers, or should he have stayed on the Patriots and that would increase his chances even more? What do you think about that?
Well, like we said, obviously Brady now moving on from New England, he has a lot more weapons to throw to in Godwin and Evans and OJ Howard. And Bruce Arians, while he's not Belichick, is still a seasoned vet coach. Can definitely be good talent. Todd Bowles on defense is the defensive coordinator, so they got a good thing going on there. They just re-signed Sue today. So I think overall the team could look like, a playoff team. But I do think that Brady is better off with Tampa Bay, just for the sole reason that his tenure with New England, it was looking like it was going to happen. It was inevitable that he was either going to retire or leave there because, he said, I want to be competitive. You guys don't get weapons, I'm out. They couldn't get weapons. They couldn't do it, so he was out. I think it was a good move overall, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a good move. Mathematically, if you look at New England and what it takes to get to a Super Bowl, you
Yeah,
can argue mathematically his chances were better on New England simply because the AFC East is lackluster, not
yeah.
blockbuster. And, shout out to Chantel that just popped up through the live too. Know what I mean? But you think about it. You win the AFC East, you go up against the Jets, lackluster. Dolphins, lackluster. Improving, don't get me wrong. I like the Dolphins more than a lot of people do. I'm not saying they're a playoff team.
They're still in a double rebuild.
But they had, when you think about how terrible they were, and people were saying they was going to lose every game, they won some games that they should have won.
Yeah.
And I like the coaching that they have with, my God, oh my gosh, this guy name is bugging me.
Flores?
Brian Flores.
Yeah.
There we go. So, you think about it. You win the AFC East, get to the playoffs, but now the thing here is that a lot of people are not watching or not talking about is that new change to the playoff format where you have to be a number 1 seed in order to have a first round bye.
Yeah.
So it's not like the Patriots in the past, they win the division, win 2 playoff games at home, then in the Super Bowl. It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? Is you got to win 3 games now. Yeah, you at home if you're a 2 seed, but that's an extra game. And I think that factored into Bill Belichick's decision. That was the underrated factor right there.
And we already saw the tension, a few years ago. Belichick wanted Brady gone after the Falcons Super Bowl win, and then Brady went ahead and got Garoppolo traded and said, get out of here, like I'm staying. And there was already tension there. So I feel like it was inevitable that Brady was going to take his talents elsewhere, honestly.
Exactly. And, I think that the Patriots, the ego came into play. A lot of people can, they can say, because a lot of people, I believe that they know the ego came into play. I mean, that's the logical thing.
Oh, yeah. Full
we all know play. They can have a little clown show and say, oh, the ego was not involved. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we know the ego's involved. Ego is always involved in dynasties and are one of the key contributing factors of why a dynasty ends. Kobe Bryant and Shaq, right? Won 3 trips together. Could have won 3 more possibly if they stayed together, but the ego came and it devolved. You know what I'm saying? It dissolved and they went about their own careers or whatever.
Oh yeah, the ego is definitely plays a part because Brady, Brady's looking at it like, listen, I'm still competitive. What you guys are doing here is not looking competitive to me. I'm out.
And I think low key, and listen, y'all know I'm a Brady fan, number
Brady
one,
connoisseur,
and I'm a Patriots guy too because he was on the Patriots. But from a Patriots source, should I say, that I am of being a fan, I can tell you how I felt about what Bill Belichick had did for that team. I really think Bill Belichick tanked in a way. And I mean by tank, I don't mean by just losing every game. Obviously, they made the playoffs. But I think that he didn't make certain moves because he wanted Brady gone.
I mean, like I said, man,
because
after that Falcons Super Bowl,
exactly.
Belichick was plotting, and we got 2 people that dropped comments.
Yes, we had Ryan earlier. He said the Brady Kim with the Bucs may not work.
The Brady chemistry with the Bucs. I mean, that's too early to say because, listen, you got 2 great receivers on that team, 2 receivers that broke 1,000 yards apiece. So if Brady can't get the ball to them, he's not going to get the ball to anyone else. Exactly. That's all I got to say.
And I mean, it's too hard to say. There is a logistic point because of the hiatus.
Yeah.
The coronavirus, he's not going to be able to physically get on a practice field
and get reps. Yeah,
get reps in. But I think, I mean, it's possible, but the receivers can create separation, and that's something that Patriots wide receivers last year couldn't do for Tom Brady.
Yeah,
they couldn't create that separation. So now you have 2,000-yard wide receivers in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin,
and then you got the big body of O.J. Howard.
Exactly. So Tom Brady will, as long as Tom Brady's arm still has a little bit left in the tank, he should be able to get the ball to his wide receivers for sure.
And then
the offensive line is the issue.
Shout out to my uncle too. He was going off our point before. He said leaders put their ego in check.
Yes,
so I could see that for both Belichick and Brady. Yeah,
I mean,
Belichick, he was crumbling it over. Like you said, he was already making little moves that nobody caught up on to get Brady out.
Exactly.
And here's the biggest thing, Lou. This is what's interesting to me. Will Brady win the chip, or will Belichick win the chip first? Will they win another chip?
Patriots ain't winning another chip. I'm just being.
You don't think so?
I'm being completely honest with you. Unless they are rumbling about Deshaun Watson and a potential Deshaun Watson being on the
that would be crazy
with Bill Belichick. Then all right, we can reopen the ballot. Okay,
that'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy. A guy of Deshaun Watson is not only talented. We all know Deshaun Watson is talented, but his character is talented. He's not one of those always got something to say Baker Mayfield guy. That always talks
he's a humble guy.
He's calm. I mean, you think about the move that they just made. I want to touch on it right after this with Deshaun Hopkins. I mean, not Deshaun Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins. D-Hop. And they traded away his best wide receiver. Me, I would have started Wyatt. But he, was calm and collected. So a guy that's that calm and collected with Bill Belichick, the best coach in sports history, possibly, you could say. I mean,
Phil Jackson there.
Yeah, I mean, that's Phil Jackson and Kobe. That's Phil Jackson and Michael Jordan. People call Deshaun Watson the Michael Jordan of football. That's literally Phil Jackson and Michael Jordan.
Yeah. And another one here from my boy Ace. Will the Pats or the Bills win the division? Listen, man, they just got big. I think the Bills are on the rise.
I think the Bills have a legitimate shot of winning the division.
They do.
Simply because they were close last year. Remember, last year, there was a playing game. It was the Patriots and the Bills. I believe it was week 15 or 14. It was one of those
meeting, right?
Yeah, it was a second meeting. The winner of that game, I believe, would have clinched the division. Basically, the winner of that game clinched the division. Yeah. So they were close then. You just add Stephon Diggs to that team, who is a top 10 wide receiver in the league, along with Josh Brown and Cole Beasley, who's going to run those intermediate routes. And you have Josh Allen, who took strides last year, who's probably going to take more strides this year. Oh, yeah, I would list him as the favorite.
He's improving greatly, Josh Allen, and what that team's got going on there, I don't think they're slowing down any bit. So I
Exactly.
could definitely see them, especially you take Brady out. Belichick's got to build a new repertoire with a new quarterback, build a new chemistry in there. Obviously, with the receivers, I mean, you said Dorsett's gone before. He's on Seattle now. So they've got work to do. And the Bills, man, they've been waiting for this moment.
Shout out to my freshman year of college roommate at my old college, Monroe. My guy over here, man. I call him Scrappy, man. I call him Scrappy. The dog pound forever, man.
What's going
Listen,
on,
man. My guy
Scrappy?
Carson, man. What's up? What's up? What's up? Gotta shout him out too. But
But this free agency, though,
yes.
crazy, man. A lot of moves.
And I think we needed it. I think we needed it at this time. You know what I'm saying? I think we needed it at this time because of everything that's died down. Free agency saved the day. It really
Yeah,
did.
it
You know
did.
what I'm saying? And so a lot of talk with the Patriots. Listen, I don't know if the Patriots are going to get another quarterback out of the draft. I think that's the more safest route to go. Try to get like a guy
Yeah.
like Jordan Love or whatever. But if not, or even an Andy Dalton, but they're not going to pay hefty change for Andy Dalton. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, if they were able to make a move to get him, and obviously before we talked about Cam or Winston, maybe,
yeah,
which could be
exactly.
options. But
So
they definitely see that's a big interest point right there. Is like, what are the Patriots going to do now? Like, what's their move? Who they
fact.
going to get? You know?
Listen, man, we'll see what happens. I know they're gonna still have a legitimate shot of winning the AFC East because they all New England. They all coached by Bill Belichick,
Yeah.
so they're gonna have their opportunities. But the Bills is on the rise. To be
Oh
honest,
yeah, for sure, man.
the Bills is definitely on the rise. But speaking of the Bills and Stephon Diggs going there, I want to talk about the other wide receiver who is a top 3, 4 wide receiver in the league,
Yeah.
arguably, and that is D Hop, aka DeAndre Hopkins, who literally, in the words of Michael Irvin, was shipped away for a ham sandwich without the packets
Without the mustard.
without the mustard. Okay, literally.
I mean, that was just like a mind blowing move. Like, how do you do that? Like,
The
you got
Warriors
Scrappy over here.
come
How do
out
you?
to play. Matter of fact, I got my jacket here. I'm glad you brought that up. You see you see it? Yup, it's right here, man. The jacket is right here. The Warriors jacket. We don't play over here, man. Anybody who know me know that's my favorite movie of all time.
Definitely.
Know what I mean? But
But yeah, back to this D Hop. Like,
yeah.
are you kidding me? You just got David Johnson, who has not been himself since his rookie year, and you gave away Deshaun Watson's favorite target and one of the best, probably top 5 in the league, top 3, I could even say, in
Yeah.
the league for the wide receiver position. Like, that to me was just a crazy move. And like we said, with Bill O'Brien, there was some beef there, apparently, according to Irvin, between O'Brien and
Yeah, I heard that.
Hopkins.
I heard that too. And he was talking about, he referenced Aaron Hernandez. I think DeAndre Hopkins came out with a tweet and said that there were no issues between the two. Obviously, he could just be keeping it classy or whatever it
Yeah.
is. But either way, this is why you don't allow head coaches to be general managers. You let them do one job. Like
Yeah.
the saying goes, you have one job. All right, let the brother have his job.
It's too much to run like that. It's too much to run an organization, a professional organization, and try to be the head coach and the GM. Like, it's just too much. That's like saying I'm going to try to be a lawyer and a doctor at the same time. It's not going to happen.
Literally.
That's not happening.
It's crazy. But yeah, I think DeAndre. I mean, let's talk about it. How it means for Arizona. You get Kyler Murray, and I'm a big. Listen, there's some guys in sports that I'm huge fans of that I can tell you right now are my guys, and Kyler Murray is one of them. I like Kyler Murray. I think that he's really, really talented. I mean, you think about the close games that they lost. They could have won. They could have beat the 49ers twice. They were competitive in both of those games. And he just, the ball that he throws is just perfect. I mean, the accuracy, the downfield. I could just sit there and watch that brother all day. Him, Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Out of Clemson. those two is my guys. Obviously, Brady. I'm a Brady guy. Always gonna rock with Brady and Stephen Curry. Those are my dudes right there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
For sure. But yeah, Kyler Murray, you give him another weapon alongside. Yes, he's out of his prime, but Larry Fitzgerald has always been
Nah,
consistent.
man. Yeah, listen, that man, I saw an insane stat, Lil. That man has more tackles than he does drops in his career. More tackles. Like, that's insane. That's
Yep.
crazy. So
And
now
you,
what that does is that makes D-Hop the number one. It takes way all the pressure off of Larry Fitz, who now can become an even bigger weapon for them because now they're worrying about D-Hop. Like, I think
exactly.
it's going to be good for Murray and that
And you still
offense.
got Christian Kirk
Yeah,
over there as well. So
climbing
now
up star, yeah.
imagine this, right? And speaking of Larry Fitzgerald, I don't want to, jump around here, but speaking of Larry Fitzgerald,
Yeah.
I think his consistency alone, you always going to be, what is that saying? How does that saying go? Availability is the best availability. And the
Yeah.
fact of the matter is to know that you could throw it to Larry Fitzgerald and that's a safe haven. To me, I have not seen nothing like that probably since the days of Jerry Rice. I mean, that consistent of
Oh,
just being
yeah.
consistent. You know what I'm saying? So, he's obviously going to be a mentor to the other wide receivers as well.
And man, I was watching, a couple days ago, I threw it up on YouTube. The NFL account on YouTube has them all, bro. You should check it out. I watched the entire Super Bowl of Super Bowl 43, Cardinals Steelers, man.
Oh,
When
that
Larry
was a
Fitz
game.
balled out in that one
That was a
towards the
game.
crazy, but one of my favorite Super Bowls. And Larry Fitz was the man.
That was, bro, that game. I was going for the Cardinals that game, too. That's the crazy part about it.
Me
And I
too,
saw
man.
Big
Me
Ben
too.
just drive them down. And I remember because I was at my dad's house and they had like a two-story house.
Yeah.
And when there was a lot of Steelers fans downstairs, but me and my dad was going for the Cardinals.
Yeah, yeah.
And when Larry Fitzgerald caught that pass on a slant route
Yup.
and broke it and ran into the end zone, I ran downstairs, was
Insane.
making
Man.
fun of everybody. And by the time I got back upstairs, only to sit there and watch Big Ben drive that team down the field and throw it in the
Santonio
corner
Holmes,
to
man.
Santonio Holmes.
That catch, easily one of the greatest moments in Super Bowl history.
We out
That
here.
man-
We out here.
That man dragged his feet. Like, that was one of the craziest catches I've ever seen, man.
Dancing with the stars in the back
Hell
of
of
the
a
end zone.
bowl.
Literally.
That was crazy.
That was
But back to this
unbelievable.
Cardinals thing, man. I just looked it up and realized they got Charles Clay too at tight end.
Yes.
So that's another viable option for Kyler Murray. And this is looking like an offense on the rise, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. It's going to be
I like it.
offense to watch come next year because it's going to be something. What's up?
Yeah.
What's up, bro? What's up? Now, me and my boys is back in here.
What's going on, guys?
You feel me? We out here chopping it up with some sports talk. If y'all got any comments, just leave it in here. We answering any question right now. We answering anything. We not on FCC, so we don't really
Guys, drop whatever. Drop any
whatever.
question you want.
You feel me?
Any sports talk.
We
throw it
not on
out there.
90.5 right now, so we can kind of answer anything at this point.
Yeah. Give your take on COVID-19.
Yup. Anything. Sports, whatever it is,
Yeah.
let me know. I mean, we got the answer. You feel me? From our perspectives, that is. But imagine if the Cardinals, right?
Yeah.
How y'all feel about the NBA being canceled? Oh man, I mean,
Listen, man. I'm
Kenny.
like, I'm depressed about every sport because, like, I'm a big hockey guy. I'm a big Yankee fan, so opening day I was waiting for it. The NBA playoffs, we all saw that LeBron and Giannis battle for MVP. I wanted to see how that was going to happen. And me and Leo were like, we're huge sports fans, so not having anything to follow up on aside from NFL free agency is like, man, what am I going to do?
Exactly. I mean, listen, the NBA, when you used to having the NBA on every night, I mean, come on, the NBA is on literally every night. And around this time, if everything was still stagnant, we would have been gearing up for playoffs starting next month in April, towards the tail end of April. And obviously, once the playoffs come in the NBA, it's way more fun than the regular season is. And I was looking forward to that. Like Kenny C said, Giannis and LeBron. who was going to win that MVP. You know what I'm saying? I thought it could have been either way. I
Yeah.
thought what LeBron James is doing at his age, and just the assists that he's had, leading the league in assists right now, I thought that he could have won it. And I thought Giannis, what he's doing on the Bucks, and he leads LeBron in every category pretty much outside of assists. He had a strong case for that too. So just everything that comes with the NBA, just the NBA being a part of the culture, I miss that. We have another question. How you feel about the retirement of Eli Manning? I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it 100. Eli Manning, it's about time he retired. It's about time that he retired.
I mean, yeah.
To be honest with you, Eli Manning, as much as we can criticize Eli Manning, because outside of the 2 Super Bowls that Eli Manning won, you can't really. If it wasn't for those 2 Super Bowls, he wouldn't be a Hall of Famer.
No, yeah, I mean, I'd agree, but like, listen, he was MVP in both the Super Bowls, 4-time Pro Bowler, and you also look in those playoffs in the 2011, he had the most passing yards in a single postseason, so that's a great stat.
Yeah, that's
he's tied the NFL record for most game-winning drives in a season.
When you think about it, though,
Peyton's got some decent stats, man. He's up there, top 10
ever
touchdowns.
Since the last time they won the Super Bowl, which I believe was in 2010, they haven't made the playoffs since, and that can't happen. So if you think about it, you take that Super Bowl away, you take the one in 07, then there's really nothing.
But you can't take them away though, like.
And that's the point.
That's
why he is a Hall of Famer.
Because
you can't take it away.
Of how big of an underdog, especially in 07, man. Like, this is a wild card team. Who the hell thought they were going to beat the undefeated Patriots?
People forgot they started off 0-3 that year.
Crazy, man.
They started off 0-3 that year.
That's a historic year. But
crazy. Like Kenny C said, you can't take the Super Bowls away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless you're a robber and you go to Eli Manning's house and say, give me your rings. You can't take the rings away. So, Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer. But I do believe that the stat of just not being missing a game, right, due to the injury, to me, that's a Hall of Fame case in itself too.
And the thing that a lot of people looked at was his overall record, and he did it right. He got the 500 and he got the hell out. That's all he needed to do. End his career with a 500 win-loss record. You're all right. If you start having more losses than wins, then people, look at this. So Eli, I think it was right. He needed to hang up the cleats and be done. There was talk of him going somewhere else, like, the Chargers or something. No, you do that, you're going to destroy your career even more. You're going to wreck the end of your career.
Hey, and that's a good point. If Eli Manning, let's say, went to another team, right, like the Jaguars or any other team that he went to, and he didn't do good then, it could have hurt his Hall of Fame case.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. So, you retire with one team that you won 2 Super Bowls with, and guess what? You keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But drop comments, drop any questions.
Any other questions you guys got?
Any sports questions or related to the coronavirus or whatever, anything. I don't even care. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Thank you, Bray. Thank you.
Feel me? Feel free to ask another question. We out here trying to kill some quarantine time.
My man Ricky just joined.
Yes, sir. What's up, Ricky? Let's go.
We up here in this is our In the Huddle. This is our sports debate show. We're bringing it to the live since we can't be on the radio airwaves.
Yes, sir.
So we keeping the entertainment.
We gotta keep it. We gotta keep the entertainment for sure.
Oh yeah.
We're getting people joining now. What's up, everybody? How everybody doing? You know what's crazy? Like right now, just to hear or even see that text it made me feel good because right now we in a dead zone right now. Ain't nothing moving outside. So just to hear that you know what I mean? Man. I needed to hear that, man. It's
That's
like I am legend out here.
True.
That's a fact.
And Lil, another interesting free agent move here that I thought was really good. We talked about it earlier when we were live. Emmanuel Sanders, man, bringing another weapon to Drew Brees.
Yeah.
And they got that man for chicken scratch.
Yes,
2 years, $16 million. That's a great deal. $8 million a year for a guy that was just in the Super Bowl as a receiver. I think that's a solid pickup by them.
When you think about it, yes, he's out of his prime, and yes, he probably got I believe a good 2 more years left. I believe that's on the deal, right? It's a 2-year deal, right?
Yeah, 2 years.
So after these 2 years, he's probably going to retire. But he still, like you said, he played in the Super Bowl. He still has a lot to offer. And
Great
when you look at Drew
hands.
Brees, almost every wide receiver that played with Drew Brees, stats go up. I mean, you think about Jimmy Graham when he played with Drew Brees.
Him and Jimmy Graham were different though. They
They were different.
were a force. Like that was a sick duo.
Guys like Ted Ginn Jr.
Yeah.
When he came up with it in the Breeze, his stats went up. So Drew Brees is going to have more toys to sling the ball to. Still got Michael Thomas, who is a catch machine. I can't guard Mike. And that's going to be a tough division.
And
That's
look, man,
division
Sanders,
right there.
he has great run after the catch ability too. We saw that last season. Like this is going to be a viable option for Breeze. And being after we saw what happened to them in what was it, the divisional last year when they got trounced.
Wild card.
Yeah, they didn't even make the divisional. Like that was just a fluke of an ending. Like how did that happen? So now you give more guarantee for Breeze, and you already have Jared Cook in there as well. So they better cook it up on that offense.
Yeah, man. And then, like I said, who wouldn't want to see
Sam.
Brady versus Breeze 2 times a year? You know what I'm saying? That it.
Can be sick.
That's going to be sick, yeah.
And my Packers too. My Packers take on the Bucs, so it's Brady versus Rodgers. It's gonna be a good matchup.
Sir, exactly. So yeah, man. I mean, I thought Brady could have went to an easier division. The Chargers. You see, the thing about the Chargers is the head coaching. So
yeah, I don't think it was there for them. Anthony Lynn's too inexperienced.
Yeah, he is. But
and Brady was looking for something else.
And the AFC is getting more competitive. It's not that easy AFC no more. You got the rise of the Ravens with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
You got the rise of the Chiefs just won a Super Bowl. You got don't underestimate the Steelers.
Oh,
Big Ben is coming back.
Nah, that's gonna be interesting, man. I'm interested to see how Big Ben bounces back from that injury.
Exactly.
That's definitely huge.
You can't leave the Steelers out. With Big Ben there, they're going to be competitive. And the Colts is probably going to be competitive with Phillip Rivers. So the AFC is trending upwards. So
yeah,
it's not like a guarantee.
You still have Mahomes, who's hungry, and Lamar. 2 great teams. I mean, the Ravens bulked up their D-line again. They got Calais Campbell on there. So and they franchise tagged Hugh Doan. So
yeah,
it can be an interesting NFL season if it ever starts. I mean, it's Corona shit, man.
This is unbelievable, man. I just hope that it'd be worth the wait, and I think it will be.
Yeah,
and I know Brady's gonna be hungry, man. A lot of people saying, "Oh, well, you have 6 rings. How hungry can you be, brother?" He just got done dirty in New England. They did not show that brother the respect that he deserved. He wants to prove that he can do it without Belichick. You think that's not motivation enough?
Oh yeah. No, and see, my thing was, after a while, I started to, all the speculation, where's Brady going to go? I was thinking to myself, all right, listen, man, at this point, if you're not staying with New England, you should just retire. But then I look at, this man still wants to play. He still wants to play. He's still going to ball out. So.
Don't forget about the Cards.
We talked, Ricky, right before you joined. We talked about the Cardinals, man, with Kyler Murray getting D-Hop. They already have Kenyon Drake in that backfield. You got Charles Clay and then Larry Fitz. I mean, that's going to be a lit offense to see. Their offensive line got bulked up a little bit.
It's going to be a fun offense. I just know the NFC is
it's competitive as hell.
So I don't know if we talking playoffs, when we talking Cardinals, but I do know
we're
talking a show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, listen, I mean, the NFC, that's a good point, because the NFC is so competitive that it's like you really have to be like top shape at this point to contend for a playoff spot. But maybe now with this additional playoff team being added to each division, who knows who's going to come on top? Going off that.
Tell us how y'all spending your quarantine time. You know what I'm saying?
So, Lil, I'm going to ask you, since, you were the Brady guy and, Patriots fan from it. So if Watson went there, do you think he'd still produce with the receivers that they don't have?
I mean, you still got Edelman over there. Obviously, they can always get a wide receiver during the draft.
Yeah.
Or, whatever. There's still some free agency wide receivers left. But
Shout out to Dino from Dallas.
shout out to Dino. But can they still like compete? Yeah, I mean, you got, like I said, Michael Jordan of football and Deshaun Watson, and you have Bill Belichick. So they can win some games. Now, are we
Because
talking
look, man,
championship? Then we going too far. But if you talking
yeah,
about
you need a roster to make the chip.
yeah, yeah,
That's just a given.
and they're in the AFC East, they can very with Deshaun Watson, they win the AFC East automatically.
And I agree because look, if Brady stays there, Brady's complaining about weapons, but Brady's not mobile like Deshaun Watson,
Exactly.
and as youthful as Deshaun.
So
You're
you
throwing
think
a guy
about
that can scramble and still sling it because he's young.
exactly,
He's
and
better
then
off.
Tom Brady. Remember, yes, his receivers couldn't create separation, but Tom Brady was not mobile. So with Deshaun Watson being mobile, it would allow some of these wide receivers to buy time to create separation as well.
Yeah. But guys, keep it going here. Ace, you got any questions? Dino from Dallas.
What's going on? What's
Anybody,
going on?
Ricky? But
Meanwhile, I got these pictures in the college basketball Bible.
What is that? Cuse?
Yup, Syracuse. Shout out to
Here we
the
go, baby.
Orange. You feel me? This is clear cut right here, man. Shoot. This book is unbelievable.
And then I'll just keep it rolling, Leo, with other moves that I thought were good by teams as a whole. The Chargers, franchise tag Hunter Henry, you get him back. You extend Austin Eckler's deal because they lost Gordon. So that's great for that backfield. That man produced when Gordon was holding out. They also traded for the guard, Try Turner, to bulk the line. They got my guy from Green Bay, the tackle, Brian Balaga. Veteran talent. This man's 32, but when he's on the field, he's really good. And they also got defensive tackle Linval Joseph and Chris Harris Jr. for that secondary. So the Chargers have made some solid moves to rebuild.
Yes, I mean,
I like the moves.
A lot of these
the line
teams,
was the biggest thing, Leo. The line was huge,
yes.
And they got a big tackle and a big guard.
And they made the move a couple weeks ago with one of the offensive linemen. They made a move randomly. So I thought that signified Brady was coming in, but it didn't happen.
Yeah.
What do you think about Melvin Gordon signing with the Broncos? I mean, I think it's filling roster voids. I don't think it turns it into a championship, but I think that it's filling roster holes. You know what I'm saying? So I believe I know CJ Anderson played for the Rams or whatever, his last year or whatever.
Well, to my knowledge, don't they still have Philip Lindsay?
Yes, they do.
So that's going to be
yes, they do.
Because Lindsay was a stud last year for that backfield.
Oh, the Broncos going to have a good running game,
and that's going to be it. Yeah, if they're keeping both, you got a pound for pound solid dual threat in that.
Probably one of the best running back duets in the league.
Yeah, I mean Melvin Gordon, man, don't forget about that man, because while he held out, and that definitely hurt him for whatever those 6 games, whatever it was, when he's on the field like 2018, he was still a stud. So
yeah, he was.
That's a great acquisition for them.
For sure. Yeah.
And then Leo, look, you go out and you get in the draft, say like they get CeeDee Lamb, and you put him on the other side with Sutton. That's some solid receivers for Paxton Lynch.
Now imagine, you mean I think they would probably go with the young boy out of Missouri, Drew Lock.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Drew
Lock.
I
think they would have. You got to go with Drew Lock. He played good last year. He played good. So I think that would be the guy. It would be Drew Lock.
So Ace said, in your opinion, who is the biggest winners and losers in free agency / trades, and what team do y'all believe is the best fit for Winston?
I think the best fit for Winston. You can answer the second part question first, Kenny, but I'm gonna answer this one first with regards to Winston. Yeah. I think the best fit for Jameis Winston is on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Simply because
oh snap, and Ace is a Steeler fan.
Simply because I think that what would be best for Jameis Winston's career is to do a sit one out and come back in, like Ryan Tannehill. When he played for the Dolphins, he was a starter, and then he came on the Titans. Marcus Mariota started, and then they took Marcus Mariota out, and then Ryan Tannehill, he was able to get the big contract because he played so good. Yeah. So I think Jameis Winston, because he turns the ball over so much, and without turning the ball over, he's a top 10 quarterback. But because he turns the ball over so much, I believe he should learn under an experienced veteran quarterback And you could do that under Ben Roethlisberger, who's probably going to play two more years, 2, 3 at max, I believe. I don't think he has more than 2 more years or whatever. And you're going to be coached by Mike Tomlin, an excellent coach. I think the Steelers automatically you're the backup. I think that's a perfect spot for instance.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even think of that as a landing spot, but now that's a great option. That's a great option for a guy that had the eye surgery, needs help with decision making, and Big Ben we know could definitely help him out with that. And like you said, Ben's coming back off injury, so he's probably gonna start again. And you get that last however many years Ben has left in the tank of experience, backing up Big Ben. That's a good move. In terms of my biggest winners and losers, I think that the biggest winner for me is probably the Chargers or the Cowboys, with the Cowboys' late moves to bulk up that defense. Because, look, you got rid of Byron Jones, which is good for Cap because he would have wanted way too much money. I mean, look, $82 million he got paid. So he got paid. You couldn't afford him anyway. And then you went out and you got HaHa Clinton-Dix for 1 year, which was a huge deal because this man's young and he's very talented and he can definitely bulk up the interceptions for that team. You got the 2 big bodies in Poe and McCoy on the D-line with D-Law. That's a great move. And then the Chargers, like I just said before, I like how they tagged Hunter Henry. He's the future of their receiving core with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. Then they get 2 big guys on the offensive line in Turner and Balaga. You re-sign Eckler, you extend his deal. You got another guy on the defensive line with Linval Joseph and one of the best corners in the game in the secondary. In terms of losers here, I think that the Browns, man, look, they do this every year. They have the cap and they go out and spend stupidly. Why did they give tight end from the Falcons, Austin Hooper, all that money? What was the deal? I got it right here. Let's see. They gave him way too much money for a guy that had a good season, but is not worth. Where is it right here? I just had it. 42 mil for 4 years. 42 mil for 4 years. And then they go out and they pay Conklin 42 mil for 3 years, the big right tackle from the Tennessee Titans. I think the Browns just spend stupidly every year.
I mean, let me answer the next question.
Yeah, let's see what
question. So far, these questions is good. I'm not even gonna lie.
This is solid. We got some good people asking.
Yeah,
we got
some. I like sensible questions because I hate when people ask retarded questions. So excellent questions.
It's like Trump shutting down the fake news.
Exactly. Do you guys think Ryan Tannehill is the real deal or just had a good season since he came midway through? Well, I know Kenny C has a big friend that's a big fan of the Titans.
Yeah, my boy Mike is a big Titans fan.
But I'm going to keep it real. It's hard to say because he was one of the best quarterbacks out of play action. They have a good system. You got Derrick Henry over there. He doesn't have to do much.
Yeah.
They still can contend for a Super Bowl. But if you're talking about, individual stats, he's not going to wow you. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to wow you. So, I mean, I think you can win a few playoff games with him at quarterback. I mean, that's as far as the ceiling to me is. I don't think you can win a Super Bowl with Ryan Tannehill, but you can win a couple games. That's what I think. You know
look, I think that for Tannehill, look, they gave him 118 mil 4 years,
which is scary because we've seen a lot of quarterbacks when they got the big truck loaded on them, like Flacco, got a raise in his contract. A lot of guys they decline.
But Flacco is obviously a lot older. Like he's a veteran, Tannehill's still a youthful guy.
When they won the Super Bowl, it was the year after they won the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
That they gave Flacco the contract, and he went down from there.
But see, look, I don't think this is the case because look, you broke it down perfect in the sense that he doesn't have to do too much. Yeah. He's a game managing type of quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
And you throw him in there, a guy that can be mobile, can definitely sling the football. He's still very young, and the play action is impeccable with him and Henry. So they get Henry back. That's still a top offense with that offense.
I have a concern because as much
I like it
as I thought that Derrick Henry was the best running back in football just last year, I thought he was the most productive midway from the midpoint of the season to the end. I thought he was the most productive. Running backs do not last long, and the amount of pressure that they're putting on Derrick Henry, they're not even pay the brother, but the amount of pressure that they're giving him, to me, worries me in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
So when you see what happened with Todd Gurley,
No,
when
you're
when Derrick Henry runs out, can Tannehill just take over from there?
yeah, your window is definitely, limited when you have a running back of that caliber. And like you said, they did put the bulk of the production on Henry. So,
yes,
Leo, I think your camera got flipped.
My camera got all right, bet. I was wondering, I'm like, why is my joint black? We got a blackout. Shout out to everybody that joined the live. We doing
Definitely
a Q&A.
shout out to you guys. But overall, I think I wouldn't say I'd say Tannehill's the real deal, but for the role that he is, which is a game manager, you can't expect him to be like one of these top 5 quarterbacks in the league, And like you said about winning a championship, I don't know. I really don't know, because they got close. They got pretty damn close, and they shut down the Ravens like nobody else's business. So Mike Vrabel's a hell of a coach, and I think maybe they could reach the pinnacle. The Chiefs is just going to be their biggest thing to get past.
Can't forget about the Ravens too.
Yeah, you
obviously
can't.
I know they beat the Ravens last year, but
and the Ravens Harbaugh will plan for that better.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. When you see something, you know how to defeat it. You know how to game plan for it. So,
and shout out my boy Tim. Tim, we running in the Huddle, our sports radio show.
Q&A.
Running it from the live, baby. Quarantine.
You feel me? We doing a Q&A. Ask any questions about anything. The coronavirus,
anything.
Comments, whatever it is. Ask us questions about sports. You know what I'm saying?
Leo, my boy Rob says your POC poster is fire.
Oh, good looking, bro. I appreciate it. You feel me? Now, I mean, we out here.
And everybody on this live, my boy Rob, to my knowledge from his post, he's a up-and-coming DJ. Like he said, he's not an amazing DJ because he's still working on it yet. This man is fire, though, and he's going to go live on Instagram soon and do a live set. So any of you guys want to tune
we got
into
two
that,
Roberts in here.
You can tune into that as well.
We got two Roberts in here. Shout out to the Roberts, man.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about Mark Ingram? I think he's good, but they could pick up better.
I
mean, what do you think? Go ahead, Kenny.
Didn't I'm looking it up now. Didn't the Ravens pick up?
They have somebody out of Oklahoma State that I felt that they should get more burn, and that's Justice Hill.
Yeah, Justice Hill, and they got Gus Edwards too.
Yeah, exactly. I think they should give Justice Hill more burn. When he was on Oklahoma State, he literally was not. I think he was 1,000-yard running back, and I think they should give him more burn personally. But Mark Ingram, he gets the job done. He's not gonna wow you. He's physical, run and pound, and
And I think
they could add something.
He's obviously Heisman winner, veteran talent of a running back, and that 1-2 punch with Ingram and Lamar Jackson was something to watch. So I think that Ingram's still solid for that offense.
And they should just give Justice Hill more burn, I believe. Yeah. I like Justice Hill. I think they should give him more burn. I think they let him do punt returns.
Yeah.
But, they need to let him get much.
And a good question here for Lil.
Yeah, yes, man. I love boxing questions. Yo, Matt, everybody's in here. We doing Q&A.
Lil, more exciting
matchup. Wilder versus Fury 3, Canelo Triple G3, or Fury Joshua. One of the best questions of the night. Me personally, because I'm a boxing guy. So, dang. Wow. I would have to go with Fury Joshua simply because everything is on the line. You have Joshua, who has 3 of the belts, and you have Fury that has a belt, and he's a lineal champion. And he just defeated Deontay Wilder, beat him up bad. I thought he won both fights. So I don't think that would be a competitive fight, so you can scratch the Wilder Fury. Triple G and Canelo, both fights have been relatively good. The last fight was very competitive. I gave the edge to Canelo because I thought he was aggressive. I would love to see that, but Triple G has gotten older since they last fought, and he hasn't looked up to par in his last 2 fights. So I have to go with Joshua Fury because it's for all the marbles. It's for England royalty. They both from England, and it's a winner-take-all situation. definitely got to go with Wilder Fury. I mean Fury, Joshua.
And then Ace here proposed, do you think the Bucks need a better running back to win at a high level in the playoffs, or should they trade for better secondary? I'll say it right away, secondary. Look, you still have Ronald Jones in that backfield, so that's still solid for them. You need the secondary. If you want to win a championship, Lil, what's the saying? Defense wins championships. They need to bulk up that secondary, and I definitely think they could do that in the draft possibly.
I think that they should get a running back too because obviously I like your point, Kenny C, but also Tom Brady had the luxury of throwing the ball to guys that are in the backfield that can catch. You know, Shane Vereen for all these years, Dion Lewis. I think Dion Lewis is a free agent if I'm not mistaken. I think Dion Lewis going to the Bucs should be done already. You know what I'm saying? Get Tom Brady what he wants. Let Tom Brady feel comfortable as much as you can, and obviously you have the draft for your defense and your offensive line.
Mm-hmm. And another question. Was there another question here?
Yeah, I see one for you. How do you feel
I feel like
about
this
the
is like
Packers
Christmas
linebacker?
morning over here.
Facts.
We got like questions coming like gifts.
Facts.
But how do you feel about the Packers linebacker core? So listen, I think we got Christian Kirksey from the Browns, which is, you know, a solid fill for Blake Martinez because a lot of his tackles were stat padded. You know, he was the leading tackler in the league last season, but you know, like I said, a lot of that was stat padded. He wasn't the best in coverage. I think Kirksley definitely brings you both sides, and he has, you know, decent coverage capabilities. And we only signed the man for, I think it was 13 mil, so we didn't give this man a whole lot of money, and I think it was a solid move. And overall, I think that they could definitely go out in the draft and get from Oklahoma, forgetting his name right now off the top of my head, the linebacker from Oklahoma.
Oh, okay. Forgot this guy.
I'm forgetting his name, but I said that I wanted him or a receiver in the first round, so they could certainly fill that position with the draft.
How do you feel about Cam Newton partying with the Panthers? Where do you think he would end up?
So we said this. Leo, you take this because you made a great point with where he should go. Oh, never mind. That was with
Jameis.
Yeah.
I think that I think a logical fit will probably be with the Chargers, or if not the Chargers, I mean I think either way the Chargers should draft a quarterback via draft because you have young talent there. Obviously. I think Cam Newton, you can look at teams like the Raiders.
Cousine, my cousin, baby. What's up, baby?
Go up there with Marcus Mariota and battle for that starting spot. But you also got the Jaguars with Minshew Mania right over there, right? We don't know if Minshew Mania is a starting level quarterback. We know that he sells. We know that he sounds good. We know that he could be the next Jeremy Lin. Linsanity last a couple weeks, and then it just be like, oh, okay, Jeremy Lin is really not that good. Right? It could be like that. So the Jaguars need a quarterback. They can use Cam Newton as well. About him partying with the Panthers.
No, he means parting, like leaving.
Oh, partying. Okay. All right. So I'm over here seeing things. I gotta get checked. All right. Okay. So it's partying. Okay.
Miles Domain, what's up, baby? Islanders hockey.
Where do you think he should go?
Desperately. All right, so I'm saying this honestly with the Panthers. I think that was a well done move by them. You know, Cam, listen, your time is done. After the shoulder surgery, we saw his arm was drastically affected by it. He can't throw as well. So then you go out and you do a splash deal, 3 years, 60 mil, which is a great deal for a guy like Teddy Bridgewater. He hasn't started in 4 or 5 years. He held his own when he had the cover for Breeze. You know, he's a solid game managing quarterback in that sense. But look, you revamp him in Matt Rule's offense now, and you throw in McCaffrey. Look, Bridgewater already has the quick trigger style, so he can be agile. He can hand the ball off. He can throw it pretty solid. So I
think that's a perfect fit. A lot of people is not looking at that.
I like it.
Trevor, ask us some questions, boy.
What's up, baby?
Trevor, man.
But in terms of Cam, Lil, I'd probably agree with you. Maybe throw him in with the Jaguars. Let Minshew learn a little bit from Cam, or maybe even a possible Patriots move. Who knows?
Possible. I like the Matt Rule and Teddy Bridgewater connection because Matt Rule, when he coached Joe Burrow, there were a lot of intermediate passes that Joe Burrow threw. And Teddy Bridgewater is an intermediate passing quarterback. So I think that works perfectly. But definitely let's get it up, man. What else questions
Yeah,
I got?
Lil,
Anything.
you know what was interesting too? My friend made an interesting point the other day. He said Cam Newton, with how shot his arm is, maybe this man should try another position. I mean, 6'4", what is he, 240, 230? He's got some size on him. So imagine he played at like a tight end spot or something.
I
The way
don't
he was
know.
trucking fools over when he was on the field healthy, this man looking like he could play another position if need be, but I don't know. I don't think he'd fully transition.
There's a lot of uncertainty with Cam, but I do believe that there's going to be a team that's you're going to see Cam on another roster regardless. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
think
I mean, look at this. I got the McFarlane figure from back in the day of this man. So,
Question for Lil. Which fight do you think? I see that. Which fight do you think will happen first? Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, or Ryan Garcia and Javante Davis? I love this guy. Who's this
my
guy
man
named?
Dean is big on fighting, bro. Follow
Oh
him.
man, where was he when he goes to Corbin?
Nah, he's one of my good friends. I grew up with the man. He lives in Texas now. He's coming back though.
Oh man, I wish he was there when I was there. We'd have had a whole boxing show together. I
Yeah,
like these questions.
he's huge on UFC and boxing. So
I heard
definitely my guy for that.
from everything that I was hearing, I heard that Teofimo Lopez, he said that Lomachenko was being very difficult. And during negotiations, you have guys that are very prima donna, that are very I'm the A side or whatever it is. We seen that with Triple G. We seen that with Anthony Joshua a lot. They're just prima donnas when it comes to negotiating. And Lomachenko, him being known as a pound for pound best fighter in the world, up there in your top 2 or 3 or whatever, he probably is being a diva. But you also have Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Obviously, that's the fight that everybody want to see. To me, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, to me, is the biggest fight that can be made. And I'm even including the heavyweight division. I think that fight right there is so evenly matched, Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, that if that fight got made, I don't care if there's a virus going on. I would personally go in the street, do the cha-cha slide, and dance with rejoice because I would want to see that fight. And then you got Ryan Garcia, Javante Davis. You know, I would say Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko. I think that would be the fight that will happen first because that fight was supposed to happen in April. Obviously, it's not going to happen now. But if I had to put my money into a bag, I would say Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko for sure.
And Lil, I definitely want to get more into fighting too, like boxing. I should get into it, man, because the way you and Dean talking about it sounds like it's definitely
Oh yeah, boxing
something to watch.
Boxing is in the best spot it has ever been since the golden era, with Tyson and all them bad boys and Lennox and Holyfield and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Boxing is back, ladies and gentlemen.
And shout out to my aunt giving support, and then Ace saying hello. Ace, what's going on, boss?
What's up, Ace? What's up? Let's get in more questions, man. We probably got like 20 minutes left on this joint.
Yeah. We're about to, once that time runs out, I'll say we call it quits because I know my family's trying to sleep out here.
That's a fact. But yeah, man, definitely, man. Boxing is definitely in a good spot right now. I want to see Errol Spence get back in the ring.
Wow. Man. My aunt saying she used to watch the good old boxing with her grandfather, which is my great grandfather, and
it's in your blood.
Great grandfather. So
it's in your blood, Kenny C.
That's a fact.
Blood. You know what I'm saying? You made a step by watching that Tyson Fury fight. We was over there watching that.
Yeah, man. That was a hell of a fight, too.
It was, man. It's a shame that...
See, you know what I think? The problem with boxing, though, and UFC is that I don't see enough of it on social media. I don't see enough promotion for even the smaller fights, you know? Like, and I want to get more into it.
It's crazy because YouTube and boxing, you really can find a lot of stuff on YouTube with boxing. I know for my personal lives, when I do a regular live or I do a regular video, it does okay. But my boxing videos, for some reason, over exceeds all my other videos. And I'm pretty sure it's because guys really want to know boxing. They like boxing, and you have a lot of loyal boxing fans.
I'd be interested to get into it, man. But Dean says, thoughts on what will happen with the rest of the NHL season. Now, Dean, this is tricky scenario because this is the same with the NBA. Like, what's going to happen? Because the NHL, we got 12 to 14 games left in that season, and I heard talks of them just cutting the games out and starting the playoffs, but then the Islanders and the Rangers are screwed. They get shafted because we're out. Right now, Columbus has the edge in the Isles, even though we have games in hand. So I don't know if they would cut that, like, cut the rest of the season, but I heard there's talks of that because that's kind of messed up. Like, we have games in hand, meaning the Blue Jackets have played more games than we have, so we should still get our shot. Rangers are right on our asses. The Metro is very tight. So I think that they're probably going to push this thing back like every other league into probably the summer, man. Like, we're going to be seeing, who knows, October playoff hockey. Like, this is crazy.
Fact.
I don't even know.
That's a fact. I love these questions, man.
This is a great live, man. I feel like everybody comes out at night because you're sitting around,
Yeah. We have
even though we've been stuck in the house all day, people are trying to do other things throughout the day. So the nighttime is a good time to go live.
That's a fact.
We got 5 in here. We've had like 5 or 6 steady for past 30, 40 minutes.
I mean, it's a pretty good live. I'm not going to lie. It's informative.
It's good, man.
Let's keep these questions rolling, man. Let's get it. And what I was going to say about boxing and Fury and Wilder 3, the fact that it's pushed back to me is something, because we got to realize that Wilder he's still suffering from that loss, and he's suffering from those images. And now that this is being pushed back, it makes me wonder. It makes me wonder how Wilder is preparing for it, and I hope he's preparing for it, because whatever Wilder's doing, man, it's not going to work.
You talk all that smack and you talk about blaming it on your wardrobe, you better back it up when you guys fight again.
Yeah, exactly.
That could cripple his career, Lil.
And Fury, man, question for Lil. I like Wilder,
boxing,
but I feel his footwork got exposed during the Fury fight. Fury's second fight, for sure. If Wilder improves his footwork, could he decisively beat Fury? It starts with the footwork. Obviously, a lot of the power comes from the legs. But I would like to see Wilder personally utilize his jab more. And I feel like if he can utilize his jab more and set up his knockout instead of trying to rely on the knockout power that he has, he could be Fury. I mean, anybody with Wilder's power, right, in that right hand, all it takes is one shot. All it takes is for Fury to not be paying attention, as we seen in the first fight, and he gets caught and flustered. That power has the power to bail you out a lot. So Wilder and Fury fight 5 straight times, there's a chance that Wilder can win at least one of the fights because of his knockout power. So, but he needs to utilize his jab more, because Fury, some guys just know how to beat you, right? Mike Tyson was the baddest man on the planet, but he couldn't beat Evander Holyfield, right?
True.
He was knocking everybody out their boots, right? I remember I saw a video of him knocking out somebody, and the brother almost tore his ACL. How you get knocked out and almost tore your ACL? Fell on his leg, literally. But he couldn't beat Evander Holyfield. So I think Wilder's nemesis is Fury. Fury's big. He can move, and he just presents a matchup problem for Wilder.
And my answer may be stupid question, but all sports are shut down, right? Yeah,
everything is shut down.
Everything's done, so.
Everything is shut down. Shout out to all the people that's currently in the live.
Thank you guys for the support, man. We got it rolling.
Yeah,
between the 2 of us, with the followers we have, we got some good viewers in here.
Now we cooking up.
And you know what, Lil? Let me just say something about the huddle really quick. When you in a huddle, usually it's just the quarterback, one player calling the plays. We got multiple quarterbacks in this huddle, and we calling all sorts of different plays.
Exactly. Ready to get this show on the road.
The catchphrase of all catchphrases.